Hi, my name is Tarrah Beyster, and this is for Ethics in Sport. It's for MCAA 530 and for my Quality of Character project. And the word that I chose was dedicated. The reason I chose dedicated, I've been a collegiate coach for the past 13 years and coached other levels as well. And I really believe that dedication is the key to success in multiple areas. Relationships, whether it be working relationships, spousal relationships, in life specifically. In faith, whatever faith that may be, and specifically and especially in sports. Dedicated, I think, takes a tremendous amount of sacrifice. Someone who's truly dedicated, I think they model behavior that's motivated, that they sacrifice, they're committed, they're unselfish, they're willing to give an immense amount of themselves to other people and sacrifice their needs for the growth and development of others. They're loyal. They persevere through any obstacles that are put before them and their goals. They're faithful to others, faithful to their plan, and they're devoted. Nothing's going to deter them from their path and their goals. The true definition of what dedicated means, by book definition, is to be devoted to a task or purpose, having a single-minded loyalty and integrity, wholly committed to something such as a person, a task, an organization, a sports team, to give oneself completely and unselfishly. And there's a few words that can be really interchanged with dedicated, synonyms if you will: committed, devoted, staunch, firm, steadfast, resolute, unwavering comes to mind, loyal, faithful, true. These are all different words that can describe someone who's dedicated, where you look at her or him and you say, wow, they're so dedicated to that person, to that team, to that plan, whatever it is, to their faith. And it's just, they really embody all those words in one. Someone who's dedicated is really submerged within their task. And a great quote, I have no idols, I admire work, dedication, and competence, by Ayrton Senna. And I think that someone who's really dedicated, they're a hard worker and they are very competent in what they're doing, and you're going to see that in all the works that they do. They're very committed, they have a plan, they have a goal, they have a path, they're very tunnel visioned, and they know what they're going to do. And again, whatever obstacles come in their way, they're going to plow right through those. I also believe that there's dedication in relationships, in building friendships. I think networking is a huge part of growing and developing as individuals. I think it is a big part of our society today. I think it's not just a way for us to gain knowledge from other people, but also for us to give knowledge and to grow as individuals. And then in specific relationships, in loving relationships, in spousal relationships, I think in order to have a strong relationship with somebody else, I think there needs to be a tremendous amount of sacrifice for one another. And I think when you can fully commit and sacrifice for somebody else, when you can give yourself completely and sacrifice your own needs and wants for somebody else, I think that is a very good foundation for a lasting relationship. I also believe that a great example for dedication in life would be someone who maybe wants to get into better shape. Maybe they need to lose a little weight. Maybe they ate a little too much over one of the holidays, and they work or they have school, and the only way that they can get to the gym is if they wake up early at 5 a.m., rain or shine, and they get to that gym and they work out, or they meal prep in order to avoid making bad food choices, because it's really easy for them to do that. And they just really dedicate themselves to a new lifestyle to really uplift their spirits, and that becomes something that everybody notices, that they're happier, they're healthier, and I think that really sheds light on other people around them. I think there's also dedication in faith. Again, there's people that believe in different things, and whatever their belief is, a higher power, that they're fully devoted to that faith. A greater power devoted in the Lord, His Word. Psalm 29:11, the Lord will give strength to His people. The Lord will bless His people with peace, and that's an example of being devoted and dedicated to the Lord. And within that dedication and devotion will bring you peace in your heart, peace in your life. And I just think that's a great example from the Bible of dedication and devotion and really submerging yourself in your faith. I also believe that dedication in sport, a great example would be Michael Jordan. He was one of the most prolific basketball players of all time, yet he was cut from his high school basketball team, and a lot of people didn't even know that. But he was determined, he was dedicated to becoming faster and stronger and smarter and better at the sport that he loved. And he wanted to play basketball, so he practiced a ridiculous amount of hours, always on the court, and eventually earned a scholarship to North Carolina, and then went on to play in the NBA and had a phenomenal career. But he was also well known. He was just so dedicated to the sport of basketball. He would joke that basketball was his second wife, and it had to be nurtured and loved, and it gave back to him more than what he gave to it. And I think that's a great example of being dedicated and fully submerged into something that you love. Another great example of an athlete that was fully dedicated into what they loved would be Stephen Curry, a great basketball player, great free throw shooter, great three-point shooter. Something that he was quoted saying that he believes success for anyone is all about drive, dedication, and desire. But specifically for him too, he believed that confidence and faith had a big part of his overall success. And I think that really sums up in a nice package of what dedication means. You have to be devoted, you have to be dedicated. And I think with that, knowing your path, knowing that you have a plan, it brings you confidence and faith. Vince Lombardi, one of the greatest football coaches of all time, he once said that football is like life. It requires perseverance, self-denial, hard work, sacrifice and dedication, respect for authority. And again, it's all those words that sort of define what a true devoted and dedicated person is. I think if you ask any great coach or any great athlete of all time of any sport, you're going to find that dedication and devotion are in their dictionary of what helped make them so great. And I think coaching with dedication is a huge part of our job. I think that we exemplify dedication toward our job, toward our staff, toward our athletes, our colleagues, and I think that as leader of young men and women, it's our job and our duty to really dedicate ourselves to serving them. Like, that's why we have a job. We're there to serve them. They're the reason that we're there, is to help mold and shape and be role models for them. And really our mission is to build character within these young individuals, not necessarily wins and losses. And at the end of the day, we're not going to be judged by our wins and losses, but we're going to be judged by how many lives we touched and how many characters, how many character building moments we had with these individuals. And we're really servants. We're servants to these athletes. So we're the ultimate example of leadership. And I think that, again, how can we ask our athletes time he got back up, more determined, more dedicated. He was not giving up, and I think that's just a perfect example of dedication. Times, and I think that really changed his life. So perseverance. And the great Babe Ruth said, it's very hard to beat a person who never gives up. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.